Good early afternoon, 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So, continuing my expanding dedication towards maintaining what the BRICS are doing, pay attention to the US dollar and the de-dollarization. JP Morgan came out this morning, or at least in the recent past, this article was posted 2 hours ago covering most of what was said about the BRICS and what's going on with the US dollar. So BRICS, JP Morgan predicts the future of the US dollar, and this is a topic that I have a lot of interest in, so you'll see me expanding coverage on the US dollar. I'll have something later on what's going on with oil, as we're losing steam there with the US dollar. So it's going to be a likely very, very, very painful ride down out of dominance if you live in the USA. So right now, though, they're pumping up the US dollar. It's up to about 104.70. It looks like it has eyes for about 105.30 range, and then we'll see if it can break that area and hold, but that's what it looks like in the short term. But starting January 1st, the BRICS nations, and we'll go into this a lot more, they start to do an alternative for petro, so it is what it is. So BRICS, JP Morgan predicts the future of the US dollar. The world's leading bank and financial institution, JP Morgan, analyzed the de-dollarization efforts initiated by the BRICS alliance. The US dollar is at risk of losing its global reserve status as BRICS countries use local currencies for trade sentiment or settlement. And if you don't believe me when I talk about us losing our role as the world reserve currency and the role it would take, the fact that we are a debtor nation, we are inflationary, and we don't export, we import everything. So the rumor is that one BRICS dollar, we would need 55 US dollars to equal one BRICS dollar if you want to use it in dollar terms. Which, if you think about the ramifications of that, it is not good. So let's continue. But this validates what I've been telling each and every one of you if you needed, a deeper entity saying this, who's connected, obviously, like JP Morgan. In a recent analysis, JP Morgan predicted the future of the US dollar after facing threats from the BRICS bloc. The institution studied the risk of de-dollarization across the world as other currencies look to become the global reserve. So BRICS, JP Morgan predicts how long US dollar could remain global reserve. So JP Morgan's global research published a report titled De-Dollarization and the US Dollar Losing Its Dominance. Alexander Wise, who authored strategic research at JP Morgan, said that the Chinese yuan is the only contender that is looking to topple the US dollar. The report outlined two scenarios that could stand a chance of eroding the US dollar's global reserve status. The first scenario is when the global financial situation turns worse, making the US dollar lose stability in the markets. The second scenario could be caused by external factors outside the US when other countries boost their native currencies as an alternative settlement tender. And that's what the BRICS nations are trying to do. If other countries provide safety and security when the US dollar is down, it could lead to the decline of the greenback. However, JP Morgan noted that both scenarios need to eclipse each other to challenge the US dollar. These two developments need to occur simultaneously to take on the US dollar. The first scenario includes adverse events that undermine the perceived safety and stability of the greenback, aka scenario one, which we've already done to ourselves, when you put sanctions on other countries as a form of punishment when they use the greenback as a form of currency for petro in the way of that's number one. That's a no-no. And the U.S. is overall standing as the world's leading economic, political, and military power. The global investment bank detailed the second factor involves positive developments outside the U.S. that boost the credibility of alternative currencies, economic and political reforms. In China, for example, it wrote, the BRICS, ladies and gentlemen, they have an alternative. They're going to go back to gold-backed. That's the rumor. It's more than a rumor. So that's something that we're facing in the very near future. It really is. However, the chances of these two developments occurring on top of each other remain slim. The US dollar remains the de facto supreme currency, and the Chinese yuan comes nowhere close to threatening it. Therefore, the BRICS bloc might not dethrone the US dollar anytime soon, according to JP Morgan. Make sure you hit that like button if you appreciate this and you want to get this pushed around the YouTube algorithm so everybody can see what JP Morgan has to say. And then let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think we're going to be dethroned? Do you think we're being de-dollarized as we speak? And then subscribe if you appreciate the content.